Have called a news conference this morning to address the search warrant that was executed at the mayor's home this past Thursday. We will be hearing from the mayor this morning, but we are going to begin with Mayor Smalls' attorney, Ed Jacobs.
Good morning, and thank you all for the telephone calls the last 3 days. Very much appreciated. My name is Ed Jacobs. I'm a local lawyer, and for many years, I've represented Marty Smalls, the mayor of Atlantic City. Recent law enforcement activity involving Mayor Smalls and his wife, LaQuetta Smalls, requires some comment by us, hence this press conference. We think that the citizens of Atlantic City are entitled to some context and some balance. We are going to tell you, as best we know, what this is all about and what it's not about. Marty Smalls is the elected mayor of Atlantic City, and his wife, LaQuetta Smalls, is the superintendent of schools. Both are very highly respected members of the community. For several months, 3 or 4 months that we know of, the Atlantic County prosecutor has been conducting an investigation. Now, by law, the nature of the investigation is protected from public disclosure, so we can't tell you details about the investigation. But we can tell you that for 3 or 4 months, both Mayor Smalls and his wife, LaQuetta, was fully aware that there was an investigation, and they have done absolutely nothing to obstruct or interfere with that investigation. On March 28th, last week, 5 search warrants were executed upon Mayor Smalls, his wife, their vehicles, and the home where they live with their 2 children and LaQuetta's mother. This was done in a very aggressive and a very public manner, intentionally so. Search warrants, ladies and gentlemen, are investigative tools, and they're frequently used by law enforcement to determine whether there exists any evidence of criminal activity. Search warrants are easy for law enforcement to get. Why? Because they're one-sided applications. The person to be searched never gets the opportunity to tell his side or her side of the story. Oftentimes, search warrants produce absolutely no evidence. But when search warrants are executed upon prominent public figures, as was done here, that understandably creates speculation in the community as to the nature of the investigation. And some people speculate and think the worst. The purpose of this press conference is simply to address that speculation. And I will tell you that a careful review of the search warrants issued and a careful study of the facts known to us relevant to this investigation requires me to unequivocally make the following 4 points to you. Point number 1, this entire investigation arose from nothing more than a personal and emotional family matter within the Smalls household. Mayor Smalls and his wife LaQuetta indeed have high public profiles, deservedly so, but they have the same private lives and challenges as every other ordinary parent. It is very, very, very unusual to see search warrants issued in family matters, but it was done here. Search warrant authority should be used, but not abused. 2, now write this down. There has been absolutely no lapse in Mayor Smalls' faithful discharge of his duties as mayor of Atlantic City. None. The search warrants have nothing to do with Mayor Smalls' important public matters. 3, more specifically, there have been no thefts, no extortions, no payoffs, no acts of dishonesty, such as may have unfortunately tainted some prior administrations here in Atlantic City and elsewhere. Maybe there is a perception among law enforcement that mayors of Atlantic City are good targets. Not this one. Not this mayor. And 4, the city of Atlantic City remains in good hands under the administration of Mayor Marty Smalls. It is unfortunate that personal family matters have drawn the attention of the county prosecutor, but they have. We assure you that investigation has no effect whatever on the integrity of Mayor Marty Smalls and his administration. Mayor Smalls would like to address you all himself, after which we will take a few questions. Mayor?
Before Mayor Small comes up, we are going to hear from Reverend Steffi Bartley.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. My name is Pastor Steffi Bartley. I'm the Northeast Regional Director under the leadership of Reverend Al Sharpton, the National Action Network. And we're here to let the community know that we hold your mayor in high regards. He is an outstanding individual, and the work that his wife does with the school is outstanding. And so as council already gave you those 4 points, that we want you to know that the National Action Network is looking to make sure that everything is done decently and in order, and there's no discrimination under no regards. And so, thank you.
And we're also going to hear from Bishop Fulton Hargrove.
Good morning. Grace and peace be unto you from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Reverend Dr. King said, vanity asks, is it popular? Politics asks, will it work? Conscience asks, is it moral? Is it right? I'm here as a personal friend of our mayor, Mayor Marty Smalls Sr., his lovely wife, Dr. LaQuetta Smalls. I know them personally, and there's been a lot of commentary, but they are of age, and they can speak for themselves. Everything else is talking loud and saying nothing. Thank you.
And now we will be hearing from the mayor of the great city of Atlantic City, Marty Smalls Sr.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And it's a great day here in the city of Atlantic City. Can we say great day? Yes, great day. I'm Mayor Marty Smalls Sr. I'm mayor of the great city of Atlantic City, and contrary to the media's opinion, I was not hiding from you. I had to listen to this guy, and trust me, you don't want to make Mr. Jacobs mad. But before I go into what I need to say, I want to say to our dear family friend, who my kids call Aunt Mandy, who we're often at each other's house, we're often in each other's company publicly. My son spends the night over her house, her son spends the night over my house. They're best friends. She is as close as a family member that we can get. We confide in her about personal details in our household, as she does the same with us. So, if you think that you're going to drive a wedge between us, it's not going to work. We support you, Mandy. You did absolutely nothing wrong. And We are in this together. Again, a dear personal friend who often is with our families, who was my campaign manager, who is the chair of the Atlantic City Democratic Committee. Now make that make sense. So what I want to say to you today is, as my attorney eloquently stated, oftentimes when law enforcement on any level does a search warrant, people begin to speculate. They never tell the reason why, so we're here to tell the public today. Again, there's no corruption. We don't have Atlantic City Housing Authority money in our house. We don't have City of Atlantic City money in our house. I didn't steal anything. My wife didn't bring Atlantic City Board of Education money to our house as alleged. No, we don't have drugs in our house. And no, we don't have guns. We just happen to be the mayor and the superintendent positions that we've earned. And if any of you, especially you media, followed my career track, nothing has ever been given to me, nor my wife. I'm a proud product of Atlantic City Public Schools, who has a master's degree, and she's a proud product of Newark Public Schools, and she has a doctorate. Though she has a doctorate and I have a master's degree, there's no book and no course that we took in college to show you how to be a parent. And more importantly, how to deal with the struggles of raising teenagers. I'm proud as one who didn't grow up with a father in a house. I grew up in a house in the worst neighborhood in Atlantic City with 8 women. I could have went the other way in several ways. I'm self-made. I wasn't born on third base. No one gave me inheritance or anything else. I struggle just like you. And yes, at times in my career, contrary to what you think, because of the things that I've been through, I live paycheck to paycheck at times. Just because I have the word mayor in front of my name, just because she has the word superintendent, some people think I'm Superman, but I struggle with the same issues as everyone in this audience and everyone in America. So Thursday morning, as I concluded an interview on the Don Wham's morning show, I started to get ready. So I was upstairs running water, and my wife said, I got my mother downstairs. Why don't you help me take her to the car? Thursday happened to be on record as the rainiest day in the history of the great city of Atlantic City. My mother-in-law, who was previously hospitalized, is not doing well. So, as responsible caretakers of my mother-in-law, my wife was taking her to get blood work, and then subsequently the possibility of taking her to the hospital. So as we slowly walked out of my home, taking step by step, making sure that she got into the truck. As I got her into the truck and I repositioned because I didn't want to hurt her leg, pushing the leg too much, 2 Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office, police officers, came into my proximity. They said, Mr. Mayor, we want to give you a search warrant. And based on my previous experience with law enforcement, telling lies and conjuring up stories, my attorney told me to never talk to law enforcement. So I eloquently said, I ain't taking bleep. You know who my attorney is. You go give it to him. So they then begin to say, well, it's signed by a Superior Court judge. We have the right to search your persons. We have a right to search your home. And we have a right to search your vehicles. After 15 minutes in a driving rainstorm with my mother-in-law, I began to say to them, have some respect. Don't do this in front of my mother-in-law. Let my wife go. She's not running anywhere. Come back. So then sarcastically they said, well, we can get you an ambulance. So make it make sense. You got all these officers and then they ask for an ambulance. So the next thing you know, they're going to say that somebody was dead in my house. So I said, we're not going to do that. Just let her go. As I turn around, every area of my house, 20 law enforcement officials with guns, rifles, battering rams, and more ascend to our proximity. And I said to the guy who was talking to me, I said, did someone say that I'm armed and dangerous or something? That if you approach me, it's gonna be this? So they said, no, we're just doing our job. So 3.5 hours later, while my sick mother-in-law sat in the foyer in my home and watched everything, they did all of this just for a cell phone and laptops because they want to think that there's some communication going on. Again, you don't do anything like that. We did not deserve that. For that, and 5 minutes into the search, they said, is that your cell phone on the bed? And I confirmed it. So, to all of you out there that want to make it something that it's not, at the end of the day, through this whole ordeal, many, many, many months, we've been unaffected by this because we know what God we serve. I have not, and I had to finally tell my senior staff and my close staff what was going on, much to their surprise. Because those of you who see me come in this building each and every day and utter, it's a great day here in the city of Atlantic City, because no matter what goes on, it's a great day. I'm the leader, the fearless leader of this organization. And my staff was surprised that my performance hasn't slipped in any way. My wife's performance hasn't slipped in any way. My daughter takes honors classes at Atlantic City High School, the best curriculum around, 7 A's and 1 B through this nonsense. My son, who is probably going to be the valedictorian of his 8th grade class, has got straight A's all year. As a matter of fact, y'all want to say I was hiding? Right after they left, and I made sure that my wife was okay because she had some friends visited, I came to work. Yes, I came to work because I had nothing to hide. And for those who speculated that, you know, he's usually talking and he's not shy in front of the camera, you're absolutely right. But I made a public appearance to cut a ribbon on the studio the very next day. Jeff Cole, who I admire from Philly, I seen your news coverage. What happened, my wife got a phone call that she had to pick something up. So instead of parking, we just kept going on Friday. So, and I just want to say that. And let me get into the politics of it. If you can remember, this same office served subpoenas on the great city of Atlantic City in January because I put up a post on Facebook showing that we hired 2 people. I'm not going to name their names. One is an employee, and one we were trying to work it out to bring on as a consultant. I'm no dummy. We knew that person couldn't work for the city. So what I said then, that it is political and it's racial. Because people don't like the fact that this mayor has given minorities opportunities that they've never had in City Hall ever before. And I'm unapologetically going to continue to do that. The prosecutor's office should be praising us for doing an anti-violence program and re-entry. Because these are people, no matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, or Bangladesh, that need help. And any of us would be in that situation, would want resources from your hometown to help. And it makes the prosecutor's job easy. You know why? Because when it's a murder, Atlantic City Police are removed and the prosecutor takes over. So they should be happy that we're putting it forward. But guess what? You didn't hear anything about that. So there's a lot of politics going on, and I'm going to let the media connect the dots. George Norcross, who is one of the most powerful people ever in New Jersey politics, talked about a meeting that he had with Senator Vince Palestina. And what he said about Senator Vince Palestina, that they had a meeting at Rife. You go right down there by Stockton, Rife. And at that meeting, the senator handed him a piece of paper. And the piece of paper was new legislation. Mind you, we already under supervision, we already under transitional aid city, and we already under MISRA, the state takeover. New legislation. And the words was, help me get rid of Mayor Small and help me get rid of City Council? And George Norcross said, absolutely not. Nowhere in America would this fly. The residents of Atlantic City deserve a mayor and a city council. And he then said, because this is all about money, ladies and gentlemen, my wife and I control over $500 million of taxpayers' money, and we're doing a damn good job at it. Ironically, it's no accident that right here at this podium, when some of you were covering, that we announced probably the biggest tax decrease in the region, 10.2 cents. And we generously gave our employees a much-deserved $4,500 raise. And then the next day, this happens. So there's a lot of politics going on because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. They know, just like everyone in this room, they can't beat me in an election. And to the people out there, the opportunists who are dancing on what they think is our graves over this incident, if you think for 1 second that the good people of Atlantic City is going to turn their back on myself, my wife, and on my family, you are sadly mistaken. And we're not going to entertain you, because if I wanted to entertain clowns, I'd buy a ticket to the circus. So, with that being said, they know what's next year. There's a mayoral election next year. I'm going to win that election in a big way. And guess what? If the election was today, I would still win it in a big way. So, to our supporters, our family who's here with us, our friends, you know us. You know what we're about. We're dealing with a challenging time. And if I wasn't Mayor Marty Smalls or she wasn't the superintendent, you wouldn't hear of this. As a matter of fact, factually, a similar search warrant was served on an individual, the same search warrant, the same one, exact one. They went to the individual's office and retrieved the things quietly. But you got someone who wants to make a name for themselves. And listen, I got the greatest attorney in the world. Ask around. Google him. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do all that. Google him. And more importantly, God is on our side. Every day, I wear this band. Every day for years. It says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And the athlete in me, when during our director's retreat, we toured the practice facility of the Philadelphia 76ers. And I got this band. And this is what we're going to continue to do. Expect to win. One more time. Can we say great day? Great day. Now, before we get into question and answers, because we're going to take some. Go ahead. We're going to take some. I want to address something. And I'm talking to the parents out there or people who have kids that they take care of. We all know that it's a struggle. And just because we are who we are, as we said, this confirms I'm human. This is a human element. This is a family issue. And anyone that works in this organization, I always say family first. And the undisputed fact that I've taken care of so many kids in this community, from my work with the Safe Haven program, to the Boys and Girls Club of Atlantic City, to the Atlantic City School District and Principal Academy Charter. I've done it all. I've seen instances where some of the allegations they're making are really, really real. And we know and we appreciate everyone who reached out to me and my family over these last days. I thank you. We really, truly appreciate you. And it warms our heart just to know, despite of some clowns, the whole city is behind us. You know my character. You know who I am. And let me just say this, and this is the sad part. with all the aforementioned activities that I remain focused, my wife remain focused, my children are excelling academically, I want you to put yourself in my shoes for a minute. And if they talked about your child like this, first of all, let me confirm an undisputed fact. My daughter is not pregnant. My daughter has never been pregnant. My daughter is not pregnant with twins. As I said, she's never been pregnant. And we happen to have information on individuals who spread those horrific rumors on my child. And you'll be getting a visit from Mr. Jacobs soon and very soon. No need to delete it. We got the screenshot and we know who you are. The other rumor is that they said came from an Atlantic City police officer that said my daughter got knocked up by a drug dealer in Stanley Holmes Village, that my wife beat the bleep out of her while my son recorded the whole thing and I just stood there. False. Then the most egregious rumor to date is that my daughter the babies, and I'm going to be charged with double murder. And the other one, during the raid, that they were looking for evidence of a miscarriage in my home. Now, would you be able to handle this like I'm handling it? Would you be able to deal with this if someone was spreading rumors on your child and or your family member? I think not. So at this time, we're going to take questions and answers, and if my attorney tell me I can't answer it,
Mayor,
that's
did you
okay.
strike your daughter? Is it your daughter? Mayor, is it your daughter who told a staffer at the high school and the principal that she was being abused physically and mentally, and did you do that in any way?
Thank you for the question, but we're not going to respond to any specific factual allegations. We're here to give you some context, an outline of what the investigation is and is not. We're not here to try a case that has never been brought.
Is that a factual? I'm sorry, is that a factual allegation? Is it factual?
According to you, it is. You just said it.
I asked you. It's not factual. I asked.
We are not going to respond to any questions about allegations in this investigation, including that one.
And the mayor, or Mayor Small, are you saying that this whole investigation is based on the election coming up next year? You're saying they're trying to dirty you up, and this is based on a personal situation in your home? No,
I didn't say that. I was just giving clues of what's happening. It's no secret that a lot of people who don't like us, which they are in the minority, who want to make up fantasy land things that don't think we're doing a good job. But I walk through this city, all 6 wards and everyone else that is not biased say that we're doing a good job. Listen, we're dealing with a family matter. We've been dealing with DCP&P, who has been excellent. We're going through family therapy and all. And that's what this should be, is a family matter. And that's what we're telling you today. It's a family matter. So excuse me, I got the mic. So excuse me, I'm talking. So those of you who want to think this is past Atlantic City business as usual, when it's a raid, it's involving corruption, this ain't that. And my attorney, my attorney,
that they were trying to dirty you up before the election.
Sir, I answered your question. Cool down.
You didn't.
Thank you.
Mayor, what time did this happen? What time did the police show up at your house on earlier in the day, in the morning, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock?
It was roughly, it's like maybe like a little. Come on, y'all. It's a little. It's a little after 8:30. It was a little after 8:30, and they stayed there for 3.5 hours.
Was it just the prosecutor's office, or was there other law enforcement that were involved?
Eric, I confirm to you, I don't care what the rumors say, I'm telling you, it was the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office. This wasn't no corruption, so I know that y'all was looking for that. I know that for a fact, but we're not giving that to you. This was all about a search warrant for a cell phone that they could have walked up on me. I wouldn't have gave it to them. I would have referred them to Ed Jacobs, but they could have said, Mr. Jacobs, can you retrieve it? And again, the same warrant was served, but without the fanfare, to block off my street, to inconvenience my neighbors, to have political opportunists in the media that they leaked it to come in my neighborhood and film it.
Mayor, what legal tactics will you all be employing to respond to the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office? What are your next steps?
This is an investigation. As I said in my initial remarks, investigations are statutorily secret. They're not known to us. If I called up and said, what are you investigating and what are the facts, they wouldn't answer me. They wouldn't have to answer me. So there is no legal strategy at this point other than to sit and wait and see if common sense dictates what should be the obvious result here. This is a family matter. There's no reason for law enforcement to butt its nose in here.
To be clear, no charges have been filed, right?
Of course not.
All right.
Mayor, could you describe in some way, I mean, you said that you're human and that you are dealing with the same issues that other families do, that you are not Superman. Could you describe this family matter a little bit more in detail to us so that we know that, in fact, you do face the same issues we all do?
No, we can't do that. We have told you it is a family. I said, no, we will not do that. We have told you it is a family matter. It is a private family matter. I would not expect you to discuss family matters with us, and we're not going to do it.
I'm not elected to anything, sir.
Can you clarify what connection, if any, there is to the case that was filed regarding the principal, Ms. Days Chapman? Is your daughter the juvenile who's referenced in that case? Can you clarify that?
We are not going to make any comment on that complaint, which I understand has already been filed, or on this investigation. We're not here to discuss underlying facts, underlying allegations. We're here to give you some context to explain to you that, like any family, the small family has challenges in raising children, and they do not merit intervention or oversight by the county prosecutor.
I understand that, but this is the context that we're asking for. Tell us what is true and what is not.
Excuse me, this investigation,
I'm sorry, I don't think I can tell you any more than we have. This prosecutor's investigation, as far as we can tell, arises out of nothing more than a personal and private family matter, period.
Do you think it's racially and politically motivated?
We don't know. We're not making that allegation, but we're not ruling anything out.
Prior to the search warrant and the law enforcement that showed up at your home, was there anything that they asked you for that you declined to give them?
Absolutely not. I'll answer for the mayor. The prosecutor could have, as they've done in many other cases, approached Mayor Small or approached me and asked if we were willing to surrender this, that, or the other thing. That approach was never made. Rather, in a very aggressive manner, I told you it was aggressive. Mayor Small has told you aggression meant 20 armed police officers at his personal residence. They chose to do it that way.
You spoke about how easy it is to get a warrant, but I'm a reporter and you're a man of the law. Is it possible that there were improprieties in the writing of these warrants? If it's a family matter, it would seem to be a stretch somehow to get to a point where they're coming into the house.
The answer to that question is yes.
How so? What might have been a problem?
You asked-
Well,
the answer to your question is yes, there may have been improprieties in securing the warrant. That's commonplace. The court rules allow for motions to suppress evidence which is seized when there are improprieties in a warrant. So yeah, that's so. But I've never seen the application, so I can't tell you whether it's proper or improper.
You've not seen the warrant?
I said I've never seen the application. They're two different things.
Right.
I've seen the warrant, I've not seen the application.
Describe the warrant to us a little bit. Describe the warrant.
A search warrant, it authorizes the search of Marty, his wife, their cars, and their residence. That's it.
Does it list specific items they're looking for?
Well, the search warrants are lengthy. I'm not going to detail their contents, but that's what they provide.
Can you tell us exactly what was taken from the home? How many cell phones, how many laptops, et cetera?
There are at least two cell phones and several laptops, 4 or 5, maybe 6. And there's a long list of other things taken.
Any of them city property?
I'm sorry?
Any of them city property?
I don't believe so.
And, Counselor, do you expect your client to be charged?
As I said earlier, if common sense prevails, no.
And if it doesn't,
Have you gotten any indication from the prosecutor's office of where they are in the investigation timeline?
I've had a couple of conversations with representatives of the prosecutor's office, and they refuse to say anything at all about the nature or timing of their investigation.
The mayor mentioned one of the unfounded rumors that he said was that your daughter somehow had a miscarriage and they were looking for evidence of a miscarriage. Did any of the prosecutor's office investigators at your house say they were looking for evidence of a miscarriage?
Again, and I don't know how many times that I need to say this. This was for cell phones and laptops.
Right, but didn't you
That's
say
it.
before that they were looking for evidence?
No. Wayne, you misunderstood it. Let me correct you.
All right, go ahead.
What I did say, Wayne, I said rumors that people said that they were looking for evidence of a miscarriage amongst guns, drugs, city money, housing authority money, you name it, we've heard it all.
Okay, but they did not say any of that, right? Correct?
Now, Wayne, I just answered you, Wayne.
What is the you have been, I know you said you all had been cooperating for a number of months and knew that this investigation was out there. What was that cooperation? What were those conversations over that period of time?
We have known for months, probably 2 or 3 months, that there was an investigation. And nobody has alleged that we did anything to interfere with the investigation, because we did not. We did not. And to answer your question, the mayor made a simple point. It is possible to serve a warrant in a less intrusive and less public way. And that was done with another person, but not with us. When it comes to the mayor of Atlantic City and the superintendent of schools, we get special treatment.
why do you think they came soft for the principal?
Who obviously got it.
You'd have to ask them.
Do you think that they are working to try to get her to testify in some way or help them with their investigation?
You also-
Something like that, is that their idea in your view?
Well, my answer is you should ask them that too, but the mayor
But
would like
listen,
to address that.
for those of you who didn't listen to my opening statement, I unequivocally said, it's not happening. We stand with Mandy, and Mandy stand with us. She has done absolutely nothing wrong. We have done nothing wrong. And I want you media people out there to put yourself in our shoes. I know when you go home at night and you close your door, that's your private sanctuary. You're not a media member. You're home with your family. Imagine someone doing that to you and interfering in your situation.
Mayor, did they take anything from the kids? Did they take their cell phones or laptops too, or was it just yours and your wife?
Michelle, again, I've been around. I've never in my life heard of a search warrant looking for a phone with 20 officers, guns,
No, I'm just
rifle.
asking,
I'm answering your
did they
question.
take any minors?
I'm answering your question. Guns, rifles, battering rams, and more. That's it, that's all. We didn't deserve that. We're upstanding members of this community that a lot of people, as my attorney said, love, cherish, adore, and respect. And it's going to stay that way. And we're not hiding anything. After this press conference, I'm going upstairs for our directors meeting.
Well, maybe
After the raid, after the raid, I came to work. So that should tell you. You can ask my attorney.
Take a minor's belongings is what I'm asking, and was that done here? And are you going to move to quash anything they took?
All right, thank you for attending. We have no further comments and are accepting no further questions.